1 month ago, Russian propagandists called me and offered big money for I spread Russian propaganda from American media. At the beginning of this war, Russian intelligence from FSB, Russian Security Service, sent to Putin absolutely incorrect information about military force of Ukraine and Russian too. Someone tried to kill Mr. Trump, Mr. Biden, tired and doesn't want to be president. He's lying. he's lying.
Yeah.
Putin destroying democracy, Russian oppositions. He sit in prison, some Russian singers, artists, some of them my friends.
Do you think your life still is danger?
For Russian respect you, they have to scare you. At first we want to throw mud at Ukraine. I'd like to see President Miss Kamala Harris, and I hope she will bruise Putin's teeth. If it couldn't do man, maybe it can do woman.
Welcome to today's America. This is Tofadar Noor, our Millennium News 24 studio, City of New York. And we have a honorable, beautiful guest, one of the well-known journalists from Russia, Diana Makieva. She was a journalist and she fight for her life in Russia. And she came over United States of America. Right now she is on political asylum. She is on our honorable guest on today's America. How are you, Diana?
Thank you so much. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Diana, how you think your media life in America right now?
So yeah, my media life in America is good. I have big plans on US. I like US every day stronger. I want to get American education, learn English. Now I work as a social media manager in mortgage company. I make a lot of interviews, videos about American houses and apartments. But my dream now is find American filmmakers who will make a little documentary about my hard life.
Now is American election coming November 5th. What do you think American election?
Oh, it's a good question. I think this American election is more complicated than others. Someone tried to kill Mr. Trump, Mr. Biden, tired and doesn't want to be president. But now appear a new candidate, Miss Kamala Harris. I think she's a very smart person because I read a lot of information about her. So she has excellent education, she has big experience in politica. I know that Mr. Trump, he gonna deport immigrants, and I hope maybe Miss Kamala, she will fight for rights of immigrants, rights for Americans, for women.
You know, Diana, he can. His mouth, whatever his mouth he say, he cannot do it. This is the country. They have a democracy. They have a Congress. They have a Senate. And they have a court system.
Oh, it's so interesting because he talks
he can talk whatever he wants.
So he's lying. he's lying.
Yeah.
I got it. He's lies.
Okay.
It's not good for politicians when he lies, but it's okay. Yeah.
What do you think, as a new immigrant, American democracy?
Oh, I think it's absolutely important thing because I fled from Russia because in Russia don't have democracy, and this destroyed all my life. And now I understand how it's important.
Russia have millions of people living in Russia. If they don't have a democracy, how they live?
Now in Russia, the most of darkness time, Putin just now destroying democracy, destroying Russian oppositions. He sit in prison a lot of people who don't support this war in Ukraine. Also, he sit in prison not only opposition, he sit in prison some Russian singers, artists, some of them my friends. And it's terrible, it's really terrible. Some of them don't support this war in Ukraine. Some of them is a scandalous person. In Russia, you can't be not only a opposition person, you can't be a scandalous artist.
What do you think Russian people think about it, Russian president?
I think now it's 50-50%. So I know in Russia now is a lot of people who don't support Russian government. They are oppositions. And at the same time, I know that now in Russia there is people who support Putin and support this war. But from these people who support this war and support Mr. Putin, there is a lot of people who disappointed with him. Why? Because after started this big war, now in Russia, big economic crisis.
Do you think your life still is danger?
Here in US?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Russian politicians can do something here in US with Russian oppositions. They did a lot of bad things with me in Russia. I remember one time Russian magazine wanted to put my picture on cover of Russian magazine. Then Russian politicians called to editor of this magazine and say, if you publish Diana's picture, we will burn down your editorial house. Yeah. But now here in US, I don't think so. They can do something bad. Also, I think for Russian respect you, they have to scare you.
So what do you think the democracy in this world? What is going on these days? Ukraine, Middle East, Africa, North Africa, Eastern Africa, Western Africa, like Ukraine. What is going on these days? What kind of democracy we see?
I think we will see. I told you, I think democracy is a absolutely important thing, and I hope US will pass forward democracy in another country.
You've been Ukraine. Like United States, they have a neighboring country is Mexico. Neighboring country is Cuba. Neighboring country is Jamaica. United States not attack like that. So what wrong is the Russian government?
About Ukrainian war.
Yeah.
Now people from Russian government understand this war was big mistake. Also, I know few Russian politicians, they don't support this war in Ukraine, but they scared to tell about it. Now Putin understand this war was big mistake. At the beginning of this war, Russian intelligence from FSB, Russian Security Service, sent to Putin absolutely incorrect information about military force of Ukraine and Russian too. Maybe if they send to Putin
Truth,
correct information,
truthful.
maybe if they say to Putin, you won't win this war, stop, don't do it, maybe he wouldn't stop this war. And now we see how one mistake of intelligence agency can destroy all history of countries.
Exactly. Russian government try to make some lot of propaganda in America. What reason they try to do that?
It's a very interesting question, because 1 month ago, Russian propagandists from most popular Russian media, propaganda media,
What is the name of the media?
Gazprom Media, owner of this media, Mr. Putin, they called me and offered big money for I spread Russian propaganda from American media. They know that I have a lot of friends, American.
What do you mean big money? How much money?
100,000 for one article in American media.
$100,000.
Yeah, for one article.
Okay.
And it's interesting because I recorded our conversation and published it in my social media.
Я правильно сейчас вас поняла, что вам сейчас просто нужен выход на какие-то американские, например, масс-медиа, чтобы американские масс-медиа транслировали вашу повестку, которую вы так аккуратно...
По мере возможности, да, и что имеет, которые укладываются в их интерес. То есть это польза большая для отечественного аппарата пропаганды. Это первый момент, за что платит заказчик.
When I ask them, what do you wanna? They answered me, at first we want to throw mud at Ukraine, and the second we want to influence at American elections. They support Mr. Trump, and I think it's really terrible things, because I know a few months ago we have in US big scandals. Russian propagandists paid a lot of money to American bloggers, and now they sit in prison. And it's this situation show it how Putin tries to influence in American media. I think American government have to put more sanctions against Russian media, against Russian television, against Russian entertainment television. Now relationships between Russia and US destroy, it's true, but it's just because President of Russia is a crazy man, and I think Russians can build again good relationships with US or with countries of Europe. They have to stop this war and then try to build new good relationships with, for example, US.
So our time almost ending, Diana. What do you think our election is November 5th? Who gonna be win our presidency? Who you like to see the president?
I'd like to see President Miss Kamala Harris, and I hope she will become a new woman, the first woman president of US, and I hope she will bruise Putin's teeth. If it couldn't do man, maybe it can do woman.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Diana.
you so much. Thank you.
Goodbye and take care for right now.